everyone. I bought a sleeveless summer top to which I wanted to attach lacy knitted sleeves. I made two sleeves and I have given them some shaping towards the corners. I have included a very simple lace pattern. This is a 6 inches sleeve, so I plan to attach this to the sleeveless top, and this is how it should look in the end. I'm going to make some loops, and for this sleeve I've already made some loops. These loops I'm going to use to attach the knitted piece to the top. I have joined one of the sleeves to the armhole, and you can see I'm really happy with this because it has come up very neatly and doesn't show any kind of signs of stitching anywhere. And this is how it looks from the inner side. I first made some loops with a thread and then I joined the knitted piece to it. So I'm going to show you how I joined the sleeve on this side. I used this summer thread to make the knitted garment, to make the knitted piece. This is from Ice Yarns and it is called Lorena Superfine. It's cotton plus acrylic mix and it's 2 to 3 mm in size. Now first I will, to join the sleeve to the armhole, I have to first make loops on the back side. For making the loops, I'm using this kind of a needle which has a big eye and which is sharp. This is another needle. This is the tapestry needle which is not that sharp and it also has a hole. I'm going to use this later, but for making the loops I'm going to use this one which is sharper. And I'm going to thread the eye of this needle with the same thread which I used to knit the piece. I've threaded it, the needle, and I'm going to use only one layer of the thread, and I have put a knot to the one of the end. Now to start making the loops, I'm going to start from the bottom end. There are two ways in which you can make the loops. One way is go inside from below in such a way that your thread doesn't show up from here, and don't go until here, till the end. Just go somewhere in the middle and pull your thread all the way. Now let this fall over this place and very close to it make another loop. The next one again close to it. Try to make loops which are of the same size as your knitted stitches. This is around this much, so try to make loops which are of that size. So this is going to make the loop. These are the loops. You can use these loops to join the sleeve. The reason why I am not letting the loops come till here is that when I join the sleeve, it will look much neater if I join it inside, and when the joining doesn't appear from the outside. So even when I'm doing the stitches, none of that is visible over here. So this is one way of making the loops on a fabric. Another way in which you can make the loops is using an embroidery method. For that, let the thread come from the up, go into this, about double the size of your loop, come out half of it, maybe I should, yeah, here, that's another way of, so I am leaving some gap here. So now I'm going to come out from the same place where my first stitch ended. So you can make knots, stitches even this way. Again, none of it is visible on the other side, and also I'm leaving that much gap. This has to be on that side. You can do this really quickly once you get it out. So this is how I'm going to make all the loops. You can use whichever method you like, either this one or this one. I have made the loops. Now I was using this needle for making the loops. Now I'm going to use a tapestry needle, which is less sharp, quite blunt in the front, to make the to join the sleeve. For joining the sleeve, I will first fold it into half and find the middle center point. This is the center point. I'm going to pin the center point to the center of the sleeve. I'm taking a pin. To use this, I'm going to thread the tapestry needle. Now this technique of joining a knitted piece to another loops is called grafting. So I'm going to insert, this is the armhole area. So I'm going to pick the first loop and I'm going to insert my needle into it. So after having that, I'm going to pick up the sleeve. I'm going to skip a couple of stitches. I'm going to skip the cast off. I'll go into second row, into this, and come out from this, like this. Then put it closer to the loop. Now I'll go into the same stitch from where my thread was coming out and come out from the next stitch, like this. This is the same knit. The only difference is that I'm doing it with hand. Pull it closer. Now I'll go into the same stitch from where my thread was coming out and come out from the next stitch. Pull it closer. Go into this, the same stitch from where the thread was coming out, and go into the next stitch. Continue. You can continue doing it this way. But if you feel that you're not going to reach this place and you want to cover all, because the loops are not exactly the same as this, so you can also skip a couple of stitches and do this way, like come out from the place where your thread was coming out, and instead of coming out from here, come out from here. That should also be fine. And from here you can come out from, go inside the same stitch, and instead of coming out from here, you can come out from here. So it should look fine, because we have already taken care by making these loops quite inside. So when you look from outside, you will be only able to see this, and it will be pretty neat. And you can continue grafting it until you finish your whole garment. And this is how I made the sleeve. I'm going to skip, I'm going to do 1.5 loops now onwards, instead of just doing 1 each time. And here also I'm going to do 1.5 loops and pull it closer. So you can so neatly getting attached to that. And this is how it looks from the back side. I'm almost in the end. And that's it. So I reached the same point where I started. Now I'm going to bring my thread on the back side, and now what all I need to do is I have to join the sleeve. So I'm going to reverse it. Right now I'm joining the sleeves. I'm using the same stem stitch. What I'm doing is I'm going into the sleeve, again I'll come out, start from here and come out from here. I have to come out here from here, and again I'll come out here from here. So I finished it. This is how it looks from the other side, and this is how it looks from the front side. Now let me reverse it and show you. And this is how it looks. It's pretty neat, and even if you wear it, there are no gaps, and even from here it's pretty neat. And from the inner side also it's pretty neat. So I guess it's pretty good.